Hey guys, welcome back to another new video. So in this video, I'm going to show you a device. Maybe you haven't seen this one. So this is Nokia X2 Dual SIM, and this is an Android device from Nokia, which was released in 2014. And the spec of this device is not really great, and it was not really a great phone back then. So Nokia has released few other phones previous to this phone, and this was the last one. So these phones are called Nokia X platform phone, which can run Android apps, and this was the best Nokia did to compete with Android at that time. And basically these are not completely Android phone because it doesn't come with any Google Apps support like BlackBerry did, and they also did not able to compete with Android. So the elder brother of these phones, there were two phones, Nokia X and XL. XL was really big and bigger than this, but in the spec wise, this is the best one they have released. So this was come with Snapdragon 200 processor, 1 GB of RAM, and 4 GB of storage, and it has a camera, 5 megapixel camera with autofocus, which is really bad one. I think Nokia Asha phones has better camera than this phone, and it is really bad. And we have our volume buttons and power button here, and our 3.5mm headphone jack, and a micro USB cable. So we have a front camera tool, which is VGA resolution, and we have proximity sensor here. Button wise, we have two soft navigation button, one is back and one is home button. So let's go and turn on this phone. So press the power button. So the display is 480p display, which not really great display, but it will job done at the time, and it has a Nokia Clear Black technology, so it is a decent panel back then, but now maybe it is not really great because you can see the pixels. So the OS is kind of mixer of Nokia Migo OS and your Windows Phone and an Asha OS actually. So they put all together and make a mess here. So as you can see here, the lock screen is very similar to our Windows Phone, and you can unlock it like you do with Windows Phone. So, and the home screen, as you can see, it's quite like Windows Phone, but it is really bad. I hope they put like Windows launcher here. The Windows launcher is really great, and this one is really mess, because although you are getting these grids actually, some of them you cannot like change the background, some of them you can, some of them you cannot resize. So this is really bad. So like you cannot change the background of these apps, but when you come to Facebook, okay, like you can change background here, and you can do it with few apps and you cannot do it with few apps. So we have our notification here and our notification shortcuts on another side, which is now also present in some of the phones, but now in Android 13 they combine both of them, and if you swipe left you will get all the recent apps you have used, and if you swipe left right, then you will get all the application like Windows Phone. But you cannot go like in Nokia N9 or Nokia Asha devices, you can directly go from this side to this side, but you cannot go with this one. And for recent apps, you have to press your back button, then you will get all the recent apps, and you cannot dismiss like you do with these devices right now. Nowadays devices, you have to close like by clicking the cross, you cannot just dismiss like that. So those doesn't work, and this device is not really a complete device because it doesn't come with any Google apps. But right now in my device, this one has Google apps. Maybe when someone install this Google application here, so I have like Google Play Store and Google application settings. As you can see here, Play Store, and it does work in this device. I have no issue with that, but it is quite laggy. So coming to the what we are getting with this device, so as I said, the spec is really bad, and the display, you can see it's not really great. It very washed out display, and they don't have any kind of own app manager here. They put Astro File Manager, which is actually a good one, but they did not put their own anything here. And also for browser, they are using Opera Mini here, not really any kind of browser they put with these devices. And this device is running on actually Android 4.1. So as you can see, the setting layout is very similar to Nokia 503 I have showed, and it also has this similar type of setting layout. And you can see, so platform version Nokia software platform 2.1, and this device is running on Android 4.3 Jelly Bean, which is not really great. So if you come to the app support nowadays, it's really difficult to find apps which supports this version, but there are some applications which does work perfectly fine. Like the built-in apps still can be used, but maybe you have to update those applications, and sometimes you can't install them here. And the store it comes with, as I said, this is not an Android device, but it does come with a store. So this store is Nokia's own store, and they put some of the prominent application in 2014. They put it here and make application, which is really bad. Actually, there are not a lot of application available in this store, and this store doesn't work right now. They already shut down the server, so this device does not work. And when it comes to the notification, like volume panel, is you can see here, and you can hear the sound. So sound is also really bad, because Nokia actually known for really good sounding speakers. Even my Asha phone has really good speaker than this device. Maybe I kept it somewhere here, but now I cannot see the device. So okay, I got it now. So here I have Nokia Asha 503 dB maybe. So this device has much better camera. Also, like the UI is also not really bad. Here, as you can see, you can go left to right easily, but when you come to this device, you can't do that. And this device build quality is actually really good, better than this. But this device also not really bad build quality device, because of Nokia. They make very good steady device, and this one also very similar to that. So come to the camera part. So the camera is really bad here. As you can see, it sometimes does not even focus, and when you take photo, the photos are really bad. And I have tried it, and as I said, this device can take much better pictures than this one. Although this one has no autofocus, but still it takes really good photos. And come to the application part, as I said, you can install APK file here, whatever you like, but it got only 4 GB of storage. But you can extend the storage by external storage. You can put your own SD card here, and you can maybe move the application there. So this device is actually a 3G device, so it does work really fine. But the Wi-Fi here is not a dual band Wi-Fi, but Wi-Fi is really bad because the Wi-Fi reception. I have seen better reception in my BlackBerry devices. They can get much better reception than this. I don't know. It has some issue with Wi-Fi maybe. So, and the UI is really smooth. It's not really bad, as you can see. You can go, but when you open 2 or 3 applications, it will not work. So it will be very bad. So come to the. So we are getting everything here. Even we have hotspot option, so you can share. And one thing I have noticed here is that this one has the worst double tap to wake up feature I have ever seen on any kind of device. So let's go and try. As you can see. Then maybe this one does not have a proximity sensor, so it uses its microphone to turn on the display. So if I double tap on this one, also not working, but if I do this one, maybe it will work. So as you can see, it work, but now this one, it's work. So it's really bad actually. Compared to even this, the double tap to wake up feature is really bad on this device. I haven't seen something worse than this. I don't know what Nokia was thinking when they are building these phones or selling these phones. The UI is not really complete, and camera is mediocre. And this device was not really cheap. It was nearly $150 back then. It was a not really cheap device, but it was actually coming with everything. Like you are getting front camera, back camera, and pretty 4.3 inch display, which is really great for back then. But for recent use, maybe it is not really a good device. But anyway, the battery is also not really great on this device too. It's about 1800 mAh battery maybe with this device, and the battery backup is also not really great. Maybe I'm mistaken with the battery mAh. Maybe it's 2600. I'm not really sure about that. Could be something between. And the battery backup is also not really great with this device. And come to the recent use now. As I say, this device is a 3G device, so 4G doesn't work. Maybe Asian country people, you can use it as a secondary device for your calling and other things, because the calling features works really fine on this device. And the messaging and calling you will not have any issue in Asian countries. But if you are in European countries, maybe no, you should not buy this device. But I also don't want to buy this kind of device. I just trying to experience this kind of device. Also, I do collect devices, so that's why I bought this device. I paid about $10 $10 for this device. Maybe you can get it around the same price. And I think you should not pay more than $10 for this kind of device. Basically, no use. I think better buy a down phone than this phone, because it sucks actually. This device sucks, and it is not really a great device. So that's it about Nokia X2 Dual SIM. Looks like a Windows phone, but not really a Windows phone. Maybe if you buy a Windows phone 512 MB or RAM and 4 GB storage, it will perform much better than this device. Although lack of app support, still it will be a great device than this. So that's it all about Nokia X2 Dual SIM. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.